I'm Scott Sueme. I'm a Vancouver-based artist. Worked a lot exterior on the street for several years, and now I'm doing a little bit of both and exploring kind of the fine art realm as well. Working outside is very interesting because it presents a lot of variables when you're going out to paint. For instance, like going outside, you never really know what the surface is going to be like, whether you're going to a wall or like, you know, maybe you're painting, you know, brick one day and then you're painting stucco another day, or like there's sort of like this, and then the space is always going to be different, so you're always trying to like adapt your work in there somehow. So it creates variables with your work, which I find very interesting. And then sort of my whole take on interior pieces, like doing work on canvas. I do have control over the surface, whether it's wood, aluminum. I can prep it to a point where it's absolutely perfect and beautiful. And then creating the work afterwards, I have a chance to be a lot more spontaneous. A lot of the concepts that I put into my interior work are commentating on stuff that I do outside and vice versa. So I think having both and being open to doing both just allows you to grow more as an artist and to experience more. Collaborating is very interesting. On the more so like the human communication level, it's always like funny because there's all these different like terms to like describe things that you're doing in art. Like, oh, I'm gonna do like a little triangle here or like something like that, and like, you know, the other person always has a different image in their head of what you're trying to say to them. So I always think that's fun with working with other artists, but also you can learn a lot, you know. A recent project I worked on with 3 other guys, and they were considerably older than I am, and definitely have, you know, put in their time and, you know, definitely picked up a trick or two from them. There's something to be said about being in tune with your environment and drawing on sort of different things that you like in other people, and that, you know, ultimately becomes part of you. One thing that always amazes me about the sort of street art and graffiti and that whole underground art community is how well connected everyone is. And Vancouver, I just want it to be like a point on the grid where people are coming to us and wanting to do projects, and we're reaching out and wanting and showing face at other places internationally, and kind of just connecting sort of North America and the world, you know, just like connecting the dots and having it be like a city that, I mean, it already is, but it's just like, it can be hard to see that in the art world sometimes. I'm interested in developing a formula for my work. I do have formulas for my work, but in terms of doing one thing that kind of like hones in on my expression as a whole, I still haven't found that yet. Still looking to, like, you know, one day I might paint a graffiti piece that's super New York and traditional. Other times I might feel like, you know, messing around to the full extent of that and doing something that's like, you know, a little bit more loose and just based on feeling and sort of like subtle nuances of what my intuition is telling me. So for me right now, it's like, yeah, just explore and just try different things.